Hand off to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from two. Squirts between the deep.
It's time for high school sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Caldwell Banker Cascade, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Valley Tractor. Now let's go live to the gym for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
All the way himself for the touchdown. Beautiful read by Ryan Branham. He'll score from 20 yards out. And a pleasant good evening and welcome to Wenatchee High School. We're indoors tonight, and really we could have been outdoors. Smoke not so bad here in north central Washington. I'm Eric Granstrom here at Wenatchee High School as we get ready for Big 9 volleyball. It's the Cross River rivalry renewed. What's that, 4 R's? As the Wenatchee Panthers play host to the Eastmont Wildcats. Wenatchee ranked 5th in the state in the WIAA RPI rankings that just came out. Panthers come into the matchup here today with a 5-1 record. They're fresh off of a second-place finish in the crossover tournament over in Spokane last weekend. Meanwhile, the Eastmont Lady Cats still trying to find their way here under Coach Rob Jammerman. 1-3 in Big 9 play, 2-4 overall on the season. One of those 2 wins we broadcast here to start the season, in fact, with the Afraid of Tigers, and Eastmont coming away with a 3-set sweep in that one. But since then, it's been kind of a rough go for the Wildcats as they look to kind of right the ship, but they've got a tall challenge here tonight with their Cross River foe and the Wenatchee Panthers. Good crowd on hand, and we were supposed to broadcast some soccer tonight, but that got moved to Wednesday to allow more fans to enjoy this rivalry week here in the Wenatchee Valley, as Eastmont and Wenatchee will play each other 3 different times here this week in various sports. Tonight it's volleyball. Tomorrow will be the ladies soccer match that's happening over at Wildcat Stadium. And then, of course, on Friday, it is the Bridge of Sportsmanship. It's the 58th meeting historically between Wenatchee and Eastmont in high school football. Of course, we'll be there and have that one for you here live on the NCWLIFE channel. So a lot going on this week for these 2 schools facing one another. And they've really tried to make it more sportsmanlike between the 2, thus the Bridge of Sportsmanship. I think this is what the number 19 Bridge of Sportsmanship. There's actually a traveling trophy that goes around. That trophy, by the way, is not on hand here tonight. It is safely tucked away in the trophy case over at Eastmont High School, where it has resided for quite some time. Wenatchee would love to get it back here this week. But first things first, Wenatchee looking to take down their opponents in Eastmont here in Big 9 volleyball. Our broadcast here tonight brought to you in part by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today at 509-662-6842. They're on the web at alpineair.net. Well, let's take a look at the lineups here. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard tonight, it would be the Eastmont Wildcats. The head coach, Rob Jammerman. He's assisted by Paris Feifel, Elena Brookover, Stacy Sidham, and Amy Oster. As we mentioned, the Wildcats coming in with a record of 1-3. They're 2-4 overall on the season. Starters, Lauren Magnuson wears number 1. She's a junior. Wearing number 2 is Ellie Gale. She's the libero. She's a junior. Also a junior in the starting lineup tonight for Coach Jammerman. Wearing number 3 is Abby Gale. So the 2 sisters playing on the floor at the same time to start. Also getting the start tonight, Everly Lawson, who is wearing number 6. She's a junior. Kennedy Duncan wears number 7. She's their designated setter, if you will. She's a junior. Avery DeGeorgis wears number 9. She's a senior, the only senior in the starting lineup here tonight. Well, actually one of 2 seniors in the starting lineup, along with Shelby Howe, who wears number 10. The non-starters here for Coach Jammerman doesn't have a very deep bench here tonight. Emily Sidham is wearing number 4. McKenna Bennett wears number 5. And Dallas James and Isla Chapman both out here tonight, so we'll see if they add any reserves from the junior varsity. In fact, I did see a number 14 that was out here warming up, and that, I believe, would be Maya Morrison, just a freshman, but we'll see about that. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Panthers, and again, coming in leading the Big Nine at 4-0. They're 4-1 overall on the season in, full matches. They've had 2 tournaments that they've participated in, but they don't count that towards their overall schedule or their overall record on the season. The head coach is Jordan McGregor. She's assisted by Juan Sanchez. Starters tonight for Coach McGregor. Kate Berry wears number 1. She is their designated server. She's a sophomore. Brevin Lunstra, who had a great match here when we were here last time for the Wenatchee-Davis matchup. She wears number 2. She is a senior. Journey Jelsing's a junior. She wears number 3. Soraya Jensen wears number 4. She's a sophomore. And Claire Demersion wears number 5. She is a junior. Also in the starting lineup, and you'll see them quite a bit, Riley Jones wears number 10. She's a senior. And Ava Ballou wears number 15. She is a senior. Other entries for the Panthers tonight. Off the bench will be Kenzie Murphy, Sela Hull, Sienna Nell, Lauren Walagorski, Becca Lamb, Emma Beckstead, and up from the JV tonight will be Maddie McKay and McKaylin Callings. Michaela wears number 14, Maddie wears number 12, so we'll be on the lookout for that as well. So those are your starting lineups here. We're still just a few minutes away from the start here tonight as the gymnasium fills, and again, similar circumstances since the last time we were here, where the airflow just doesn't happen here in the gymnasium. It instead is very muggy, and then you add the BTUs with it, with all the bodies in here, and that adds to it here as well. So a hot environment, and we're looking for some hot volleyball here on the floor tonight between the Wenatchee Panthers and the Eastmont Wildcats. We'll take a break and come back and catch you up to date on what it looks like for the Big Nine standings in volleyball. We'll also take a look at that first RPI ranking for the WIAA when we come back after this 60-second timeout. It's Big Nine Volleyball, Wenatchee and Eastmont up next here on the NCWLIFE channel.
School's back, but this is the kind of math we like. Over 100 slices of pepperoni, 1 giant Abby's pizza feeds up to 6 hungry people. That's A+ value, toppings to the edge. That's been the Abby's way since forever. Now go do your homework. When someone says, bring home the bacon, we know what they mean. They want Abby's legendary Bacon Cheddar Pizza, loaded with country bacon and packed with Canadian bacon. On sale now at abbys.com. This month, bring home the bacon at family-owned Abby's.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
And welcome back once again here to Wenatchee High School as we get ready for the first of our 2 broadcasts here this week on the NCWLIFE channel that features the cat scratch, what do they call it? Litter box. It's the Bridge of Sportsmanship, Battle of the Bridges. It's a little bit of everything happening here this week between Eastmont and Wenatchee. And for those who might be tuning in from outside the area that aren't familiar with the geography here, the Wenatchee Valley is split in half by the Columbia River. On the east side of the Columbia River is East Wenatchee, totally separate municipality. And that is the home for Eastmont High School, a 4A school here in the state of Washington. And on the west side of the Columbia River is the city of Wenatchee, and thus the home of Wenatchee High School, also a 4A school. These schools are the largest here in north central Washington. There are plenty of other schools up the river, up the Wenatchee River, not too far from the confluence here at Wenatchee High School, the confluence where the Wenatchee River flows into the Columbia River. You go up the river, up the Wenatchee, you've got Cashmere is the first school you'll hit, which is a 1A school. Further up the creek, if you will, you'll find Cascade High School, also a 1A school. And then we're also not too far from Waterville Mansfield up on the plateau, which is a B school. Other B schools in the area, Entiat. In fact, Entiat is hosting Waterville Mansfield in volleyball tonight. You have Manson, a B school up along the shores of Lake Chelan. You've got Lake Chelan or Chelan High School, home of the Goats, a 1A school. So plenty of opportunities for education and athletics here in North Central Washington. Let's take a look at the Big Nine standings. We mentioned Wenatchee atop the standings right now at 4-0. Davis is second at 4-1. Their only loss came to the Wenatchee Panthers as we're halfway through the season now. West Valley is 3-1 in Big Nine play, so they're in third. Fourth is Eisenhower, who is 2-3. Eastmont in fifth place at 1-3. Moses Lake also 1-3. And then you got Sunnyside on the bottom looking up right now. 0-4 in Big Nine play, 0-7 on the season. The WIAA came out with their RPI rankings, and the first poll has Curtis atop the standings at 7-0. Kamaikan is ranked second at 6-0. Graham Kapowson, also 6-0, is ranked third. Camas at 5-1 on the season is ranked fourth. And Wenatchee ranked fifth in the state at 4-1. Other Big Nine teams in the rankings: Davis is ranked 13th, West Valley 20th, and Moses Lake 28th. We'll take a break for the anthem, come back, and your first serve coming up next here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
There you go. National anthem is done and in the books, and there was a lot of songbirds here in the house tonight. Here at Wenatchee High Schools, we're bringing you live coverage of Big Nine volleyball tonight on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station, focusing directly on local. You can't get any more local than what we've got for you here with high school sports here on the NCWLIFE channel. As I mentioned, the first of two broadcasts of high school sports this week. We will be at Wildcat Stadium on Friday, and, well, smoke permitting, we just hope and pray that the smoke and these fires settle down this week. We've had rain in the forecast, but we really have not received a lot of it. Thankfully, today there was a little bit of breeze that came out of the southeast and kind of pushed the smoke out of the valley, and our air quality finally improved. We've been sitting anywhere from 200 to 400 last week, and thankfully today in the double digits, so about 60, 62 for air quality today, and much better. Thank you very much. As we get ready for volleyball tonight here on the NCWLIFE channel, our officials, the up official, if you will, is Michael Cole. Bill Lieber is down, and he'll be over here by the bench. We've got Terry Ayton, who is on the floor as a line judge, and Demery Sugg back in the valley as a line judge here tonight. Demery, it seems like just yesterday she was out here playing for the Wenatchee Panthers. She always had an unmistakable celebration where she would kick her leg up in the air, throw her head back, and cheer. And we won't see that tonight, but good to have Demery back in town for tonight's adjudication, if you will, of Big Nine volleyball. So the captains met, they tossed a coin and decided who would serve first. And I don't see the ball, which side of the floor is it on? They got the floor on the Eastmont side, so it looks like Eastmont might have the first serve here tonight. Eastmont in the white uniforms trimmed in red and Columbia blue. Their libero is wearing gray with the Columbia blue numbers and letters trimmed in red. Meanwhile, the Wenatchee Panthers in their home blacks trimmed in purple and gold. And we had a Panther helper here that was going to come into the game and bring a ball with her, but apparently they already have a ball, so Don't need that. And of course the student section here is going to be loud for both sides. You've got the red zone on one side of the gymnasium. You got the purple zone. I'm not sure what they call the Wenatchee student body section, but they're all in full throat as well. Getting ready for this rivalry renewed here tonight on the NCWLIFE channel. Looks like it'll be Ellie Gale with the serve for Eastmont when we finally get there. But we're still figuring out who goes where, and I'm not sure what else we're waiting here for. Bill Lieber, our down official, is nowhere to be found right now. Where did Bill go? Oh, there he is. He's getting more balls. Okay. I think our balls that they gauged as far as air pressure disappeared during practice, and so they had to make sure they had legal balls here before we could get things sorted. So, no, it'll be Wenatchee serving first. And the service in the backcourt on the left side with the right hand for Wenatchee will be Kate Berry. So Kate Berry with the serve, and we're about ready to go here tonight on the NCWLIFE channel. Thank you very much for joining us on the web, on the Facebook, and of course on television. First service was way deep, but Eastmont decides to return it, and now they just push it across. Does Abby Gale. Now here's the set up front. Kill attempt is in, and a point for Claire Demersion and the Wenatchee Panthers. If Demersion can get that spike going early, it could be a long night for the Eastmont Wildcats. Again, the service by Kate Berry, the sophomore, gets the serve in. Eastmont with the counter, and we've got somebody into the net, so a point to Eastmont as Lauren Magnuson got it over the net for the Wildcats, but somebody came in too tight for Wenatchee, grazed the surface of the net, so point over to Eastmont. And our first tie here in the first stanza here at Wenatchee High School. Keep track of the ties and lead changes. Wenatchee on the return, and there's another kill for Demersion, another point for the Panthers. 2-1 in the early going here in the first set. They play best of 5, so the first team to win 3 sets will win the match. Sienna Nell comes in for the Panthers and will serve as she looks over to Coach Jordan McGregor, who points at her clipboard, tells her where she wants her to serve it. She'll serve it from the right side with the left hand. Cross court it'll go. Back line is there, Ellie Gale, and now the kill attempt, cross court and in. There's a shot for Lauren Magnuson, and important for her to get her range early. Second tie of this first set tonight. Magnuson now will have the serve, and always find that interesting when the person who's responsible for the point suddenly finds himself serving. Demersion on the return. Now the kill attempt blocked, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a point to Wenatchee. Getting up high up front for Eastmont was Avery DeGurgis. She's the tallest cat on the floor for the Wildcats. And her block attempt caroms out of bounds. So a service for the Panthers, and a little miss hit there on the back line by Magnuson. It'll spin out and be an ace for Claire Demersion. Junior with tons and tons of volleyball time on the beach as well as in the court. Here comes the next serve. Oh boy, that's a tough one. Getting down to it was Ellie Gale, but they're going to say no. A ball hitting the floor. I thought that Gale was able to get down and maybe even pancake it, but no, they say it hit the floor. So it's a point to Wenatchee, and their largest lead now at 5-2. Demersion with the service. She'll go with that dying quail again, and Wenatchee right there for the kill, and a point to the Panthers. I believe that was Riley Jones that got a big hand up there. Either Riley or Brevin Lundstra. Service again by Demersion as Wenatchee's on a little run here, lead it by 4. Kill attempt blocked, and then falls to the floor on the Eastmont side. Another point for the Panthers. Good wall up front. Helping out on that defensively was Journey Jelsing for Wenatchee. Jelsing and Jones and Lundstra all on the front line right now, and that's an opposing line for Wenatchee. Service goes back line. There is Magnuson. They'll get it across and kind of having to back up out of bounds. They get the ball across, does Eastmont. Kill attempt for up front. Lundstra, it'll go in. And no, they're going to say out. Overruled was the back line judge. As our up official, Michael Cole, our head official tonight, says, no, I don't think that was in. Now they'll have a conversation about it and check with everybody. Demery Sugg goes over there to get in on the conversation as well, the other linesperson here tonight. And so it will be point to Wenatchee. Out, says the top official. 8-2 the score, and it is a 6-point lead for Wenatchee. Rob Jammerman talking with Bill Lieber about the conversation there. And Lieber will tell the bench here that it's a service to Wenatchee as Claire Demersion continues. Her jump serve, really tough to return again. Eastmont gets it back over. Up front it comes. Here's a set and the kill by Riley Jones. And that looked close. They're going to say, oh, it was touched. It went out, but it was touched on the line by a block attempt. And so the point to Wenatchee, yet another one. 7 is the lead now, as Claire Demersion will continue on the service. Jordan McGregor said she was very proud of her ladies for their performance in the crossover tournament last weekend. They fell in the championship to Gonzaga Prep. Here's a kill down the line, in once again, and this time it's Brevin Lundstra. They're sharing the wealth up front is Wenatchee. 10-2 here for the Panthers. Thinking maybe Rob Jammerman would call a timeout. He does not for Eastmont. The run continues here for Wenatchee. Service. Dana, oh my goodness. And again, down to get it was Ellie Gale. The ball came right into the face of Avery DeGurgis, and she could do nothing but just fend it off, and it'll be a point and an ace, and we'll get a timeout on the floor. Our broadcast here tonight on the NCWLIFE channel brought to you by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge, 100% real cheese, and freshly rolled dough. Order online at abbys.com. Also by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. They're committed to preserving the environment not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but also other eco-friendly actions and alternatives. Well, it's all East or all Wenatchee here in the early going of this one. In the first set, 11-2. I think Wenatchee right now is on a 8-point run. Rob Jammerman talking it over with his Eastmont Lady Cats on the sideline here, nearest the bench to my left. Jordan McGregor, meanwhile, extolling the virtues to her team. On the bench to the right, the Georges. Service. Touched by Eastmont. Wenatchee flailing. They get it across. Eastmont with a real first chance to set one. The ball blocked at the line. Riley Jones is there. Little tail waggle from her ponytail after the shots, and another point for Wenatchee. 10-point lead here. Again, those serves are just so difficult. That'll go down as another ace, as Lauren Magnuson was not able to handle Claire Demersion's serve. So Demersion continues the run for Wenatchee. 10-point run here for the Panthers. Demersion, again, just a very tough serve. Eastmont finally gets it back across. Wenatchee now with the counter. Here's a kill attempt at the line, a block at the line. The ball falls on Eastmont's side after the block, and another point for Wenatchee. Lundstra with the kill there for Wenatchee. Claire Demersion just wants to do this whole thing herself. 14-2, Wenatchee on top. Service gets across and just basically set up on a silver platter for Brevin Lundstra. And she will can it back on Eastmont's side for yet another Wenatchee point. Rob Jammerman jumps off the bench, comes out and says, all right, ladies, we got to figure this out here. Maybe take a half a step up. They do. Here's a serve by Demersion, and then she'll smartly go deep with it. And what Eastmont counters. Set up front. Kill. Oh my gosh. That is just not fair. As Brevin Lundstrom finding the range here. As she's just peppering the floor on the opposite side. You better check to see if that ball is lopsided after that one. Here's the service. Goes deep. Magnuson is there. Up front it comes. They'll set it up for Magnuson. She'll go deep with it. Wenatchee with the return. And they will get it across. So our first real volley of the match. It will be touched. Oh my! Beautiful little touch cross court. Eastmont goes with it as Abby Gale will get the point for the Wildcats and break that string. Now 16-3. Ellie Gale now with the serve for Eastmont. So the Wildcats finally go on the attack here. Here's a touch at the line by Wenatchee. Eastmont. They get the kill attempt by Duncan. Cross court kill, hit and fist, falls. Lundstra again for Wenatchee on the kill. Substitution for the Panthers coming into the contest for the first time is Emma Beckstead. She'll drop back to serve as Riley Jones comes out. Meanwhile, we talked about not many subs for Eastmont here tonight, so they're sticking with the 6 they've got. Service. Up front, Bennett sets it. Eastmont, kill. Wenatchee there with a counter. Foisting it up is Magnuson. Here's a little touch. Nice little look again by Abby Gale. And this time it's in. Oh my. And it was touched on top of it. So even if it had gone deep, Bill Lieber here on the floor says the ball was touched at the line on a block attempt. But Lundstrom on fire here for Wenatchee. Also up front for the Panthers is Ava Blue into the ball game. Service. Again, that is, and we've got a point on a lift called against Eastmont here. So another point to Wenatchee and another timeout taken by Rob Jammerman. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. It's all Panthers so far here in the first set. 19-3, they lead Eastmont. We're back after this on the NCWLIFE channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
Coverage of Big 9 volleyball tonight here on the NCWLIFE channel, brought to you in part by BioSports Physical Therapy, Aquatherapy, Sports Biomechanics, Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Orthotics, all you need to keep moving. Find them online at biosports.net, open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Beckstead continues on the serve here for Wenatchee. She'll go back line to Magnuson. It kind of went fungo off of her hand, so the Wildcats try to just get it over, and it will go out of bounds. Another point to Wenatchee, leading it 20-3. Wow. Panthers have come out scorching hot here tonight. Service again for Emma Beckstead. Senior approaches, right-hand serve from the right side. Too deep. Good conversation in the back row by Lauren Magnuson and company. Ellie Gale back there too, and they said, no, that's deep. And so they listen to each other, and they get the point. Meanwhile, coming into the contest is Everly Lawson. Back to serve is Kennedy Duncan for Eastmont. She'll look over to Coach Rob Jammerman and get where he wants it to be served. Serve is down the line. Beautiful serve. There for the return was Cecilia Hull. Cross court it will go, and a little miss hit there by Abby Gale. Meant to shove it over, but instead shoved it right in the middle of the net. So a point to Wenatchee, 21-4 the score. Journey Jelsing will have the service now for the Panthers. She'll serve from the right corner. Right down the line it'll go. Eastmont there. Here's a set and a kill attempt, and a point to Eastmont. Celebration up front as getting the finger roll there was Shelby Howe. And it will be a point to the Wildcats and a service for Eastmont for Abby Gale. Abby serve right down the middle, too deep though. As watching it closely back there and keeping a close eye on it was Claire Demersion. She'll let that go deep and out of bounds. It'll be a point to Wenatchee. Brevin Lunster will now have the service. 3 away from winning this first set handily here tonight. Lunster's serve. Back line, oh my, Ellie Gale there to get it. Here's a kill attempt. Boy, that was right in the face of a Panther. They just defend themselves, and now back on the Eastmont side. Kill attempt, and it's in! Shelby Howe. Another quality kill for the Wildcats. Emily Suidam comes in. And she'll have the service here. As coming out is Shelby Howe, who just got the point, and the celebratory high fives from her teammates as she comes over to the bench area. Saddam's service, boy, that's a dying quail there at the line. Kill at the nets, and a point again, this time from the right front corner. On the kill for the Panthers was Soraya Jensen. She gets up high and gets the kill. Substitutions here for Eastmont. Back into the game comes Ellie Gale. Meanwhile, on the service for Wenatchee, right back where we started it with Kate Berry on the service. 2 points away from winning set number 1 for the Panthers. Berry with the serve. Cross court she'll go. Back line with it, and that'll be an ace. As Magnuson kind of got caught between there, backing up, tried to bump it forward, but it goes off her hand sideways and out of bounds. 24-6 our score. Now Bill Lieber comes over to our scorers table to make sure that we have everybody in that should be in and substitutions in that should be in or out, as the case is.
Is that what you have? Is 10?
Our score is 24-6. I don't think it's a scoring issue. I think it's a substitution issue for either side. As they decipher that, let me remind you, our broadcast brought to you in part tonight by Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate. For all your real estate needs in Central Washington, give Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate a call at 509-888-8887. That's 509-888-8887. So we're ready to go. It will be Berry on the serve again, and point away from taking the first sets. Berry's serve. Cross court again. Magnuson is there, and again Magnuson can't handle it. Goes out of bounds, and will be a point to Wenatchee. Panthers win the first set 25-6. We will take a 60-second break. Get you ready for set number 2 coming up. You're watching Big 9 Volleyball tonight here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Well, Wenatchee handily takes set number 1 here tonight by a final of 25-6 as we move on to set number 2. Eastmont will have the first service here in just a few moments. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to our crew here tonight. It's been very confusing. So I didn't learn until Monday night that soccer had been moved to Wednesday. Apparently, that happened back in August, and none of the athletic directors here locally decided to tell us about that, even though that was on our broadcast schedule to be doing soccer tonight. But, you know, I understand the want to move soccer to make room for volleyball and have more fans here tonight and a chance for more fans at soccer tomorrow night. But it was confusing last few days for our crew here. So I wanted to thank, well, first Eli back in the studio, Eli Ginter, also Callie Benson and Cheyenne Radich, our camera operators here tonight. They got a confusing email from me last night saying that soccer had been moved to Wednesday, volleyball tonight, but I didn't quite make it clear. So there was a lot of frantic texting going on by yours truly here as we were setting up here at Wenatchee High School tonight. Also thanks to Tim Bernowski, our production assistant, for helping to get pretty much everything set up here as we get ready for the broadcast. So thanks to our crew, and thank you for, it's the program guide is wrong. If you're watching us on TV on Channel 12, Local Tel, or Charter Channel 19, it's not correct, but it's Wenatchee and Eastmont. At least we got that part right. And hopefully the smoke will stay away so we can bring you Big 9 football Friday nights from Wildcat Stadium. It is the big one. It is Wenatchee, Eastmont. It is the Bridge of Sportsmanship. And we'll be there for that at Wildcat Stadium. Paul Collard and I will have the call because our buddy Grant Olson heading to Buffalo to take in a Bills game. He's always wanted to go to the current Buffalo Stadium, and his wife Michelle was nice enough to set that up. So they are heading over east to Buffalo, New York, as the Bills play their last season in their current stadium. They've got a new stadium being built. So here we go, second set underway, and the service by Eastmont's McKenna Bennett, and a point for Wenatchee. So the Panthers will start number 2 off, similar to how we started number 1 off, with the first point of the set. No lead changes in that first set. This service is too deep by Miss Berry, and so that'll go out of bounds. And we're tied up at 1-1. We had 2 ties before Wenatchee went on a huge run in that first set and ended up winning it going away. So here's a service for Magnuson. I believe that was Magnuson on the serve, or maybe Gale. I'll check that in a moment. First, we've got action happening, and Gale swung a hand up in the air, somehow hit the ball, but it goes clear over into the red zone, and so will be a point to the Panthers. 2-1 Wenatchee on the lead here. Let's see who has the service this time for Wenatchee. It'll be Lauren Waligorski. Lauren looks over, peeks at her coach for where Jordan McGregor would like it to go, and that will go as an ace. Beautiful serve for Waligorski. Falls right in front at the feet of Ellie Gale. She and Lauren Magnuson on the back line just didn't communicate. Rob Jammerman comes over, says, ladies, need to communicate. And they said, we know, coach. Back line again, Magnuson cannot handle it, and it goes out of bounds. That's how the first set ended, was a couple of serves that came right at number 1 for Eastmont. And Lauren having kind of a tough go of it for the time being. Waligorski with a couple of beautiful serves. She is at it again here with a 3-1 lead. Left hand from the right side. This time Magnuson is there to handle it. Bennett with the set. The bump. And too deep this time, but did it get touched? It was touched on the back line by Magnuson, so a point to Wenatchee. Waligorski will stay on the serve. 5-1 Wenatchee on top after winning the first set 25-6. Waligorski, service. Down to a knee was Gale. Magnuson just bumps it across. Eastmont in counter mode here, and this one tipped off a finger and goes out of bounds. Another kill, another point for Wenatchee. Is that Lundstrom? Maybe Jelsing up front on the point there for Wenatchee. Panthers continue on the service here, leading at 6-1. Waligorski. Oh, those are tough serves. Magnuson goes down to a knee to get it. Bennett with the set. Here's the kill attempt up front by Abby Gale. Now Wenatchee with the counter, and there's not much you can do with that. Holy moly. Fire coming out of the fist of Claire Demersion on the kill. 7-1 to score. Wenatchee on top. Waligorski. Looked like that might tip the net. It does not. Comes across cleanly. And a little touch. Wenatchee's there. Panthers counter. They get it back across. Eastmont going to get their first kill attempt in this particular volley. And here's a kill by Riley Jones. And oh my, if they set it up for her like that, and Riley Jones can about jump out of this gym. Easy kill for the Panthers. Another point for Wenatchee, up by 7 now. Lauren Waligorski is on a run, but a little too long on that serve. And Eastmont, good communication on the back row. Back into the contest for the Wildcats is Avery DeGurgis. And meanwhile, back to serve is the libero, Ellie Gale. Junior looks over for Rob Jammerman's source of where he'd like the service to go. Another kill attempt by Riley Jones, and a beautiful set up front for her by Journey Jelsing. Bang, 9-2. And Claire Demersion, who was the source of a big run in set number 1, will now have the service here in set 2. Serve hits the nets. Unforced error. That's a second unforced error by the Panthers in this second set. So point goes to Eastmont, and the Wildcats get the serve as Kennedy Duncan will come in to serve it here for the Wildcats. Her serve to the back line. Panthers are there. A little touch attempt. Ball is going to fall, and it will be a point to Eastmont. So that's one of the first points the Wildcats have scored offensively here in a while, as Journey Jelsing just couldn't quite get enough mustard on it to get it across the net. So the service continues for Duncan. Again, right in the middle of things for Wenatchee. Block attempt for Eastmont, and flinging a hand up trying to get another little touch on it was Maya Morrison, but she can't get quite enough on it, and so it will fall as a point for Wenatchee. Panthers will bring in a server here as Kenzie Murphy will come in. Senior will serve from the middle of the back line with her team up 10-4. Beautiful serve, another ace for Wenatchee. Just something else how Jordan McGregor can reach to her bench and bring somebody in who hasn't even played in the match, and she'll come in and perform. Second service. Oh, another difficult serve. Set, kill, block, points, Wenatchee. Service again here for Kenzie Murphy. Senior approaches. This time she'll go deeper with it and goes kind of off the arm awkwardly of Ellie Gale. Another point for Wenatchee, and a timeout going to be taken by Rob Jammerman here for Eastmont, as Wenatchee on top 13-4 here in set number 2. We'll take a break. 30 seconds here on the broadcast. You're watching Big Nine Volleyball live tonight on the NCWLIFE channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Big Nine Volleyball tonight on the NCWLIFE channel, brought to you in part by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning. For over 50 years, Dick's Heating and AC is family owned. They service all brands, commercial and residential. Scheduled maintenance, repairs. Call today, 509-884-6444. That's 509-884-6444 for Dick's Heating and Air. Service continues for Murphy here for the Panthers. And a nice idea by Eastmont as Abigail got up high, but Wenatchee right there with the counter. Back on the Wildcat side, cross court going with it. And Wenatchee there as they got some new bodies in. We'll get you names here in a second. A little tap at the net. A nice volley here. Immersion. And a kill up front and a point. It looks like Avery DeGurgis got up there and got the point for the Wildcats. Barry will come back in for Wenatchee. Also in there right now is Ava Ballou on the front line. Here's a service for the Wildcats. And right there, and almost a carry or a direct could have been called up front against DeGurgis. But no, it is a point to Eastmont. 13-6, little counter here in this match by the Wildcats. Service down the line by Abigail. Awkwardly returned here by Wenatchee, but they're going to say the Wildcats into the net. Number 9, that's Avery DeGurgis. And a service for Wenatchee will be Journey Jelsing. Panthers up 14-6. They've led since the early going here in this set number 2. Down the line to Magnuson. Reverse set and to a knee. Wenatchee with the save and a kill and a point. And again up front, Brevin Lunstra. Boy, you get her on that left side up front, and it is dangerous business for any opponent. Service here to Journey Jelsing. 9-point lead for the Panthers. Jelsing down the line, and again, Eastmont just having a hard time trying to return some of these serves. Ellie Gale that time had it Karam awkwardly off of her thumbs. 10-point lead for the Panthers. Jelsing on the serve. Right down the line, and Gale this time with the return. We're going to get, I think, Eastmont into the net again. So, you know, you're trying to hustle, trying to redirect the ball that was taken by your back row, and it's heading towards the net, so you got to get it somehow, but sometimes getting the brakes to work is a little bit more difficult. Service into the net, this time around by the Panthers Jelsing. And so an unforced error. That'll be the third by Wenatchee here in this set. Substitution for Eastmont. Emily Saddam comes back in. And I believe she'll have the service here as Eastmont trails it by 10, 17-7. First match was 25-6, all Panthers. Wildcats trying to have a say in this one. Service by Saddam goes back line. Reverse set, kill up front for Wenatchee by Ballou. Eastmont with the return, but it's too deep. Kill attempt from the back row by Abigail. It just went too deep. Substitution for the Wildcats. Saddam will come out, and DeGurgis will come back in. Meanwhile, for Wenatchee into the contest to serve is Sela Hull. Senior will step in with an 11-point lead for Wenatchee. Great crowd on hand here tonight at Wenatchee High School. Everybody set, officials in place. So here we go with the service for Sela Hull. Beautiful cross-court serve. And again, another ace. That's going to be 7 or 8 aces tonight for Wenatchee on the serve. It's not positioning that's the problem for Eastmont. It's just the ability to cleanly get to those balls, and another timeout taken here by Coach Rob Jammerman. Our broadcast here tonight on the NCWLIFE channel brought to you in part by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their #1 priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off available too. Stop by their website, globalcarcare.net. Also by Sangster Motors, family owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. Thanks to our friends at Sangster Motors. Did I see it was Corey Sangster's birthday today? I believe it was. Happy birthday, Corey. So Wenatchee coming in ranked 5th, certainly flexing their muscles right now, trying to stay unbeaten in Big 9 play. They went through the season regular season completely undefeated last year. Finally lost in the semifinals of the state for a tournament down in Yakima. That was their only loss of the season. They came back the next day and were able to capture the third place trophy after losing in the semifinals. So here we go. Service for Wenatchee after the timeout. Hull with it. Magnuson tries to get it and will not get it across. Another ace for Wenatchee. Well, the Panthers are picking on Lauren Magnuson right now. 20-7 is our score here in set number 2. Sela Hull with the serve. Hull serves right at the back line again. Eastmont with a punch and a point. This time coming up with it was Shelby Howe. That's her second excited point of the night. Substitution here for Eastmont. McKenna Bennett comes back into the contest. Also coming back in will be Everly Lawson. It will be Bennett heading back to make the serve here for Eastmont, trailing at 20-8. Bennett goes back line down to a knee. Panthers get it back. Here's a block at the net. Wenatchee keeps it alive. Cross court sets. Back line. Eastmont does well there. Getting down was Abby Gale. Gale will get it back across. Here is Berry up front. The kill attempt is too deep. Swinging with the big right hand was Ava Ballou, but it goes too deep and will be a point to Eastmont. 20-9 the score. Service again for McKenna Bennett. She will get it, and right there for the return was Becca Lamb. Meanwhile, a point for Wenatchee. Riley Jones re-enters the contest and then quickly leaves the contest, as in is Emma Beckstead, number 12. Here we go. Maddie McKay is in, and the service will be for Kate Berry. Kate serve to Magnuson is there. Bennett back to Magnuson. The kill way too deep, and almost in a concession stand here at Wenatchee High School. 22-9. Service again will be to Kate Berry for Wenatchee. Right hand from the left corner, right down the middle to Gale. Over to Bennett, and they'll just push it across. Eastmont. Wenatchee kill attempt from the right side with Lauren Woligorsky in there. Woligorsky is in again. Here's a kill attempt. Back line to a knee. Gale up front to Magnuson. Block attempt at the nets will split the fingers and go out of bounds. It'll be a point to Eastmont. They stay alive, 22-10. Service will be to Lauren Magnuson. Junior approaches. Boy, that's a tough serve. Panthers do a good job getting it down and getting it across. Gale up front, kind of an awkward hit. This will go out of bounds. It'll be a point to Wenatchee. Service for Lauren Woligorsky. Trying to get some of these replacements in there. Manna McKay is off the junior varsity roster. She's out there wearing number 12 right now. Service for Woligorsky will be another ace for Wenatchee. Boy, the Panthers' serve has just been stellar here tonight. A point away from taking set number 2. Woligorsky again on the service. And that looked deep. It was out just barely. Just barely. Good communication by Eastmont. Ellie Gale will have the serve. Back or into the contest. For the Panthers comes Emma Beckstead. Meanwhile, the service, as I mentioned, to Ellie Gale. Junior libero with the serve. Panthers are there. Panthers looking for the kill. They get it. And the kill this time up front, getting a big shove, was Becca Lamb. And it'll be a point and a set to Wenatchee. Panthers win set number 2, 25-11. We'll take a 60-second break and come back for your third set. It's Big Nine Volleyball tonight here live on your local TV station, the NCW Life channel. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $2,500.
Our broadcast of Big Nine Volleyball tonight on the NCW Life channel brought to you in part by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop. Schedule your time on the Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulators. 509-884-4653 is the number to call. That's 509-884-4653. Also by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, serving the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. Bridge of Sportsmanship coming up on Friday. That's Wenatchee Eastmont football. I'll have your play-by-play along with Paul Collard at 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff from Wildcat Stadium. And then we're off until the following Friday when we'll head up the creek a little bit to Cashmere as the Bulldogs celebrate homecoming against Zilla. Cashmere and Zilla, 6:30 pregame. Grant will be back from Buffalo by then and join us on the call with yours truly here on the NCW Life channel Friday, October 10th. Again, thanks to our crew tonight. Eli Ginter back at the studios. Also Malcolm Whitehall with an assist there. Callie Benson, Cheyenne Raddick here running the cameras tonight. Tim Bernowski, our production assistant. So final set. Well, I can't say final set. This is our third set. Don't assume too much, Eric. 25-6, 25-11. Wenatchee won the first two. There was a little chant here by the red zone for Eastmont by the student body saying, see you Friday, aimed at the Wenatchee student section, referencing the Bridge of Sportsmanship, or the Battle of the Bridges, as a lot of the locals like to call it. I don't like this politically correct Bridge of Sportsmanship, as they call it. But hey, I'm just going by what I'm told to call it. And for 19 seasons, 20 seasons, something like that, it's been the Bridge of Sportsmanship. Eastmont making a substitution that draws the excitement from the rest of the team as Lauren Magnuson dons the libero outfit now, taking the place of Ellie Gale. Gale is out there with just her regular uniform on. So the two ladies still on the floor. It's just they've switched liberos. Meanwhile, for Wenatchee, it'll be, speaking of liberos, Kate Berry with the service. She'll go right down the middle. Gale is there. Here's a kill attempt at the net. Up front it comes. Kill, point. Cleared immersion again for Wenatchee. Panthers, I will hazard to say they are looking in postseason form right now. We're only at the midway point. Service for Berry again will be another ace for Wenatchee. Panthers, I think, have 10 aces here tonight. That one goes off of Abby Gale to the floor. 2-0 Panthers lead. Berry with the serve. Deep it will go, but Gale is there. Cross court, Bennett. Diving play by Berry. She'll get it back across. Comes up. Here's the set and a block, and it will roll along the top of the net, somehow defy gravity for a moment. Finally Mamoon's influence will send the ball to the floor on the Eastmont side. 3-0 lead here for Wenatchee. Barry service. Back line there is Magnuson. Maybe they're hoping that Magnuson putting the different colored jersey on would help Wenatchee not try to pick on her so much, but point for Eastmont, so they'll snap the string there at 3. Meanwhile, into the contest for the Wildcats comes Mia Morrison, and service will be to McKenna Bennett. Bennett serve, good one. There for the return is Lundström, and kill attempt will go into the net this time for Wenatchee, and a point for Eastmont, so it's a 3-2 contest. We've had a total of 3 ties tonight, 2 in the first set, 1 in the second set. So yeah, you can see domination by Wenatchee so far, but Eastmont still ticking, still trying. And they might get another point here, although Wenatchee gets it back over. Nice job by the Panthers. Scrambling drill for Wenatchee. Kill attempt at the net. Block attempt goes out of bounds. It'll be a point to Eastmont. The Wildcats have tied it. Nice kill by Avery DeGeorgis. He's got a few tonight for Eastmont. Big smile creases the face of McKenna Bennett as we have our first tie here in set number 3. Eastmont has not led tonight yet. Will they get the lead here? Oh, we got a whistle and a point, and they will take the lead for the first time. Lift called against Wenatchee. So our first lead change of the evening comes here in set number 3 as Eastmont leads at 4-3. Bennett serve. Right down the line. It's too deep, though, and we'll go back to a tie contest at 4-4. 5th tie of the night, second here in this set. Service for Wenatchee will be Sienna Nell. The senior with the serve. Boy, that is a rocket serve and too deep. Out to Eastmont. And a point to the Wildcats as they regain the lead 5-4. Now back to serve will be Ellie Gale. No longer wearing the libero uniform. Ellie approaches and her service right towards the middle of that pond. Wenatchee, though, right there. A beautiful set for the kill by Jones. The set up front was by Journey Jelsing. Just gorgeous. And Riley again with the hops. Service for the Panthers will remain with Miss Nell. That service returned by Magnuson. Here's a tip at the net and a point to Eastmont. Finding some success up front is Avery DeGeorgis, tallest one for the Wildcats on the floor. She'll be replaced here by Shelby Howe, and it will be Wildcat serve, leading at 6-5. Magnuson now with the service for Eastmont. Cross court she'll go. Wenatchee is there. Serve or the set up front for the kill by Brevin Lundström, and she'll collect and tie the game up at 6-6. Third tie of the night. In to serve for Wenatchee is Kenzie Murphy. Designated server comes off the bench for Coach Jordan McGregor with this third set tied at 6. Service. And right there is Gale. Almost a miss hit. Eastmont gets it back across. I'm screened by Bill Lieber, our floor official, so I couldn't see who got that hit for Wenatchee. Here's a kill attempt by the Wildcats. Panthers counter. Good test of wills here, and the block attempt at the net will hit the antenna off of the block up front by Howe, and will be a point to the Panthers. Those antennas that stretch up from either side in front of the officials by our stanchions. Ball hits that, it's considered out of bounds. Service, Wenatchee. Eastmont Gale. Cross court set, kill. And another point for Wenatchee, the kill this time by Lundström. Panthers back out to a 2-point lead here at 8-6. It's our third lead change, or second lead change of the night in this third set. Service, Murphy. Beautiful serve. There was Gale. Kill at the line will spin and spin, but be returned by Eastmont. Wenatchee just fists it back over. Here's Bennett on the set. Kill is blocked, but then keeping it alive is the Panthers. Nice job retrieving and recovering, and the kill this time will fall on the Eastmont side and be a point to Wenatchee. Good attempt up front by Shelby Howe. She just didn't get her trajectory quite right. Service for the Panthers. Bennett up front gets the serve or the set over for Gale. Gale collects the point as it spins off a Panther up front. Riley Jones will come back in for Wenatchee. A couple of substitutions for Eastmont as Everly Lawson and Kennedy Duncan come back into the game. Mia Morrison comes out along with McKenna Bennett. Service will be to Kennedy Duncan. Junior setter approaches. Her serve is out. Good eyeball on the near sideline for Wenatchee by Sela Hull. And it was close, but just out. 10-7 our score. It will be Jelsing on the service for Wenatchee. Panthers trying to complete the sweep here tonight. You know, Wenatchee last year went through the entire Big Nine season. I don't think they gave up a single set last year in their run to the state tournament following a state championship 2 years ago. Block here at the net by Eastmont, spins out of bounds. Another point to Wenatchee. It's 11-7 Panthers. We will have a post-game show here on the NCWLIFE channel following our match tonight, so be sure and keep her tuned right here for that. Gale gets it across. Barry falling down, keeps it alive. Panthers get it back over. Gale, or that was Magnuson, excuse me, to Gale, and a point to Eastmont. Nice job finding a hole in the pond by the Wildcats. Slow to recover was Brevin Lundstra. And a point to Eastmont makes it 11-8. Service will be to Abigail. Panthers are set. Gale with the approach. Service that was an absolute knuckleball comes across the line, but the set beautifully set up for Brevin Lundstra, and she will get the kill for the point for the Panthers and get the service right back. And guess who is on the serve after the kill and after collecting the point? Miss Lundstra. Lundstra approaches, right hand from the left side. Back there is Gale. Here's a kill attempt at the net. Wenatchee with the counter. The set by Barry. Left-handed swipe up front by Nell. Eastmont with a kill attempt. The block at the net, I think, into the net. Or no, they're going to say it didn't cross the net. And so 4 hits by Eastmont. Point to the Panthers. We're going to get a timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break and come back in our third set. It is Wenatchee 13, Eastmont 8. That's Big Nine Volleyball tonight here on the NCWLIFE channel.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage of Big Nine Volleyball on the NCWLIFE channel tonight, brought to you by Valley Tractor, North Central Washington's trusted equipment and rental dealer for 75 years. Count them, 75 years, Valley Tractor. Thanks to Valley Tractor and all of our sponsors. You get a chance to stop by and talk to the folks behind the counter or on the floor. Be sure and tell them, hey, thanks for sponsoring sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Wenatchee with the serve after the timeout taken by Eastmont, while Panthers with the counter. Nell with a kill attempt. Here's a reverse set. And Wenatchee to the task. Block attempt at the net for Eastmont. Still got one more hit left in the tank, and getting it over was Lawson. Block at the net here. Goes out of bounds. Block up front by Shelby Howe and Everly Lawson. Point to the Panthers. Nell on the service. Eastmont can't return it. And another point. Excuse me, that was Lundstra. Lundstra with the ace. I've got unofficially 11 aces on the night for the Panthers. And make that 12. Another one just finds its way to the floor without so much as a knuckle, finding it for the Wildcats. 16-8, Panthers on top. Continuing with the service, Brevin Lundstra. Brevin's serve is again back line, again going to be an ace as they're coming right at Lauren Magnuson. Thirteen aces on the night. Demersion comes out, and in comes Becca Lamb for Wenatchee. Service, cross court. Reverse sets, block at the net. Again, Wenatchee just seems like they got a wall every time you turn around. And this one will go into the net, so will be a point to the Panthers. 17-9 the score. Or no, wait, hold on. Who's getting the point here? Substitutions for Eastmont. Maybe it is Eastmont service. Yeah, it is. Okay, so they gave the point to Eastmont. And with the service, Emily Saddam will have it. Emily served. Left hand from the left side. Returned by Wenatchee. Here's a kill attempt. Nell at the net, and Nell will get the point for the Panthers. Riley Jones back in for Wenatchee. So too is Emma Beckstead. And I think Emma will come in for the serve for Wenatchee. So Panthers lead it 18-9. Again, we'll have Bridge of Sportsmanship, the Battle of the Bridge, whatever you want to call it. We'll be there Friday at Wildcat Stadium. Providing the smoke isn't too bad for a game to be played here in town. Oh, look out. And again, another ace for Wenatchee. And Eastmont just having a heck of a time returning that first serve by the Panthers here tonight. 10-point lead for Wenatchee, largest here in this third set. As Kate Berry continues on the service. Backline, she'll go to Magnuson. Up front, crossover to Gale. Gale went too deep with it. On the right hand from the left side, and Kate Berry back there looking closely and inspects the ball as it zooms by her out of bounds. 13-3. Into the contest comes McKaylin Collings, a freshman. So Jordan McGregor bringing bodies off the bench all over the place here tonight. And we're going to get a timeout taken on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break and come back as well. 20-9, Wenatchee on top of Eastmont. You're watching Big Nine Volleyball on the NCWLIFE channel.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
So Wenatchee getting a lot of players some time here on the floor tonight against their Cross River rival, the Eastmont Wildcats. Eastmont doing the best they can to battle against one of the top teams in the state here, and the Wenatchee Panthers. Kate Berry will continue on the service here for Wenatchee. with a 20-9 lead. Wenatchee won the first 2 sets handily, 25-6 and 25-11. Barry's service, back line, it goes to Magnuson. Up front, they'll curl it over, will Gale. And here's the set by the youngster, and hold on, we got point to Eastmont. Apparently into the net were the Panthers. Bennett comes back in for Eastmont, so too does Mia Morrison. And Bennett will be back on the service here. 20-10. Down to a knee, Wenatchee. Here's a set up front. They go deep with it. Gale is there. Up front with the kill attempt was Lawson. Now Nell with the left hand. Kind of sneaks up on you. Magnuson to Bennett. Can't get it over the net. Excuse me, Gale. Ellie Gale can't get quiet enough on it. And it falls for a point for Wenatchee. 21-10 the score. Nell again will have the service here for Wenatchee. And she likes to serve with that left hand from the right side. And we have seen that has been a bugger for Eastmont to try to return tonight. And again, they have problems. And another ace for Wenatchee, as Ellie Gale just can't quite handle that one. 15 aces unofficially on the night here for the Panthers service. And several of those have been by the server right now, Sienna Nell. Again, Nell with the serve. She'll go to Magnus, or to Gale. And now they'll just push it across with Eastmont. And Wenatchee pushes it right back into their face. Here's a set attempt, and Wenatchee diving for it, can't get to it. And getting the hole in the pond shot there was Ellie Gale. Ellie will have the serve as Eastmont tries to stay alive here in this match. Trailing at 22-11. Ellie serve. A little too deep. Kate Berry with a big smile on her face as she watched that one go by and decided not to touch it. 23-11. Panthers in charge, trying to wrap it up here. Becca Lamb will have the service for Wenatchee, the junior. Lamb serve. It's too deep. A little bit too much palm there on the swing by Lamb. And so it goes to a point to Eastmont. Wildcats staying alive. Lauren Magnuson will have the serve. Magnuson serve. Barry is there, and Wenatchee just flings it back across the net finally. Here's a set by Bennett. Left-handed kill attempt up front for Eastmont by Mia Morrison, and it is a stonewall advance in her face. And Wenatchee a point away from winning this match here tonight. In to try to serve it for the win is Kinsey Murphy. Murphy shaded to the left side. Dead serve crosses the net. Bennett flings it up in the air. A kill attempt is out. And Wenatchee will win the match here tonight to remain undefeated in Big Nine play. Final score in set number 3, 25-12. So it goes 25-6, 11, and 12 here tonight as the Wenatchee Panthers improve to 5-0 in the Big Nine. And Eastmont drops to 1-4. We'll take a break, come back. Postgame comes your way in just a matter of minutes here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community. As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
Welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE channel. We've got Claire Demersion. We've got Coach Jordan McGregor joining us here after the Panthers stay unbeaten in Big Nine play and get the sweep of their Cross River rival Eastmont. Claire, I wanted to talk to you first. It seemed that you kind of set the pace there in that first set. Once you guys get those kills at the line, very tough for anybody.
Yes. I mean, we've been working a lot in practices on like where different blocks are. So that one of that line shot was a main shot we've been working on. So.
How big is that to get a win? I know Eastmont's still trying to, get their program up and running and try to match up with you guys. But how fun is that to get a win against a Cross River rival?
Very fun. I mean, with all the people here, the future Panthers came, the big student section, any game, it's really fun. We have a lot of good supporters, so we'll take any win.
Very nice to have the athletic directors and everybody work together to move soccer away from tonight so you get a huge crowd here tonight.
Yes, we love our fans. We support a lot of the football team, soccer team, basketball. We go watch them, and they do the same, so we have a great community here.
I want to ask you, before we talk about football on Friday and all of that, how is the, sportsmanship between the two schools from your perspective?
The sportsmanship is really great. We all know each other. We're all smiling, laughing across the net, so it was a really great time.
Well, congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Claire Demersion and Coach Jordan McGregor joining us now. Jordan, I was talking to Claire about how, with her getting going in that first set, it kind of sets a tone for you guys, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Her serving run in that first set is what got us our lead. There in that, set the tone, and that's what she does best. Call her Steady Eddie for a reason. So.
Is Riley Jones eventually going to jump out of this gym? I swear she's going to hit her head on the ceiling.
Oh, she's a workhorse. Her goal is to jump out of the gym. So.
And there's several times, especially tonight, and I've been pretty good about keeping Kate's name straight, but I kind of wanted to say Ava Jo a couple of times because she's a spark plug for you.
Yeah, I mean, that family just breeds great little volleyball players, and she looks a lot like her sister, so I don't blame you there, but she's doing fantastic for us in that lip jersey.
How fun is this for you as a coach also to get a lot of girls in to get playing time tonight?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I always say I got a deep bench, so it's really nice when I have that opportunity to get those girls in so that they can have their moments to shine too. Our starters get a lot of their moments, and so it's really nice, especially in an atmosphere like this tonight where we had so many people here. I just love that everyone got a chance to step on the court and know what that feels like.
I said during the broadcast that you guys seem like you're in postseason form now. I don't know if you are, but where do you feel the team is, and how much better can you get?
I mean, every day we're looking for growth. I mean, we talk about it every day in practice about how much we want to grow and get better and get more consistent to help us prepare for that postseason. We talk about getting 1% to 2% better every day in practice, and hopefully that leads to being us 30% better come postseason. And I cannot be more proud after the tournament we had this last weekend, and then for them to come out and play like that. That's exactly what we've been talking about. So the fact that they executed that, I just couldn't be more proud of that.
Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Jordan McGregor and Claire Demersion joining us here on the postgame show. So Wenatchee wins it 25-6, 11, and 12 here tonight to sweep aside the Eastmont Wildcats. We'll come back with more on the postgame right after this on the NCWLIFE channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
One more time around here at Wenatchee High School, where the Wenatchee Panthers defend the home court against the Eastmont Wildcats, sweeping aside Eastmont here tonight. 25-6, 11, and 12 is the final as Wenatchee stays unbeaten in Big Nine play to 5-0. Meanwhile, Eastmont looking to get on the win column. They're 1-4 now in Big Nine play. For our entire team here involved in the broadcast tonight, thank you much for tuning in, and we hope you join us for Big Nine football with a Bridge of Sportsmanship coming up on Friday at Wildcat Stadium. I'm Eric Granstrom. Thanks for watching Big Nine Volleyball as Wenatchee sweeps aside Eastmont. Have a good night, everybody. Handoff to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from two. Squirts between the...
Thanks for watching exclusive coverage of high school sports on the NCWLIFE channel. This broadcast has been sponsored in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Caldwell Banker Cascade, Dick Seating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Valley Tractor. We now return you to normal broadcasting already in progress on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
Beautiful read by Ryan Branham. He'll score from 20 yards out.